Money on my mind, gotta hustle and grind. Financial literacy always on my mind. I'm stacking knowledge, no time to waste. Gotta invest smart, gotta keep up the pace. I'm reading books, learning all the tricks, studying the market, making calculated picks.
What's good, everybody? It's your boy Reckless Ray Dinero, and we are back at it again with Operation Debt Crusher, the recap of October 2025. And while we didn't make massive headway, like people like to say, this is reality here. So some months the debt actually goes against us. It goes the wrong direction than what we want. And we have to explain that. Other months we make large swaths and large dents in the debt. And those are the months that everybody likes to cheer and celebrate. And that's generally for those who curate the reality that they live in. Those are the only times that they want to do updates on their debt. We do one every month regardless over here with full transparency. And, some months you just take a little baby step forward. And October was one of those months for me. So before we get into that, I would ask that you guys do the like, share, and subscribe, the Help a Brother Out starter pack. So that way we can get out into the algorithm, because we talk about a bunch of stuff financial over here on this channel. It's all bag talk all the time. And debt is one of those dirty little things that the gurus try to tell you that they don't use, that they probably actually do on the back end. They just don't talk about it because curated lifestyles and opinions. Or people just sidestep it because it's not a fun topic, but it's a topic that affects all of us, especially in the financial landscape that we find ourselves in now. The reason I'm doing an episode on my debt personally is because I use debt a little bit different than most people. I'm not using debt to go buy stuff to impress people that don't care about me, that I don't care about. I use it generally to help advance my net worth. I use debt to buy things. Obviously, emergencies come up, like my surgery last year, and that also falls under debt. Like, that's kind of what it's there for, emergency funds. I am not one of those people who advocates all cash. I will never be 100% debt free, most likely, unless I figure out a way within my system that I've got set up, my financial systems, to kind of cycle my money amongst myself, which is a possibility. But I don't think that, it's just a lot better to use other people's money, in my opinion, because then I can continue to use my money to grow more money, and then take other people's money and add that to my money to grow more money. It just makes sense. Like, even if I'm cycling money amongst myself, it's like, you can only do that so much. Like, even if the pile's growing, it can only grow so fast, and it can grow so much faster if you get cash infusions from outside of yourself. So I'm not that guy, but I do like tracking this, because it kind of, at least in my opinion, kind of spits in the face of everyone else who is in these spaces, in these conversations, and gives a real world perspective on it. So we're going to go ahead and break down these numbers for the month of October. Our Robinhood card, which is our daily driver, is up to $3,934.36. Ouch, that hurts. And I know it's a problem. Numbers going up. On that card specifically, yes, it is, because it's the card of last resort. And that's just where all the stuff is landing right now. The reason being is I am over saving still. And that's pretty much the blunt and easy way to put it. Obviously, we're paying interest on this, so that's not good to see those numbers going against us. But we have instituted a trajectory to start righting that ship, which we will see over the month of October. This number should be start going down dramatically over November. Sorry, we're talking about the month of October. Moving on, Capital One Venture, we went ahead and paid that off. Capital One Quicksilver was paid off, and then one of my subscriptions hit, so it's no longer paid off. This will get paid off next paycheck, which will be on the 7th. Our Citibank, which is the one that we're currently targeting right now, is down to $5,284 or $248. Thank you, dyslexia. And 74 cents. We took a big chunk out of this over the month of October. Obviously, this being the focal point towards the end of the month every month, that's when we do our swing for the fence move. If appropriate moves haven't been made, it's normally the last week I do it. Generally speaking, early in the week, the last week of the month is when I send my large payments, because by that last week, I know where I'm sitting with my margin, which we are managing. I'm keeping the margin at a tighter window for right now. Got it at a roughly 3,000 is about the max that I'm going to let the margin sit. And margin has a couple of benefits that I've spoken about before. One of the main ones is it helps with your credit score. So as I move stuff over into margin, that debt doesn't show up on a credit report. Also, it's very easy liquidity to have access to. Also, it puts the payment on auto pay, because as the dividends and my direct deposits hit, it's taking chunks out of that money. So keeping it at about 3,000 every month, we obviously are managing a few moving parts there, but it makes it a lot more as close to automated as I could possibly get, because I don't like setting up automatic payments for cards and stuff. I'm not at that point yet. Now, once we get the margin to a certain level, depending on honestly, I would do auto pay on everything if I could tie it to my margin account. I'm gonna have to do some research on that. But right now, that's as close to automation as we're gonna get for the moment. We got our Discover, which is going to be next in line. Sitting there, we're paying the original minimum payment. I think I'm going to start pecking at that a little bit. That's I kind of want to get it prepped for when we start going full bore. I'm hoping by the time we get the Citibank card paid off, because like at this point we're rolling into the 0% period for this. Once that Citi card's paid off, I'm pretty sure I have, because like that's a really good it's been a good balance transfer card. They always send me offers. I'm pretty sure once it gets paid off, I'll start getting some of those 0% for certain windows of time checks from them. And hopefully as we're paying this off, we'll be able to rope some of this in to one of those offers to then also add some more income. We'll see. We'll see how that goes, because I haven't been getting them yet, but I'm also carrying a balance. Normally, when I get the balance low or where it's getting paid off every month and there's nothing sitting on there, they start sending me those checks again. So I'm pretty sure we'll be fighting on this after this is gone, but I'm hoping to at least, I wanted all this gone by the end of the year. These two, considering we're rolling into January of 2026, the interest turns on this, which means they're going to start dinging me for more money, and I don't want to pay those maintenance fees. So the Discover card, we're going to start probably doing some chipping away on the back end. I am going to be switching my strategy a little bit, tweaking, because I don't want to sell off my assets to pay off this debt. But I think what I'm going to start doing to test out over the month of November and December is start handling the maintenance, which is like the minimum payments, out of my margin, more or less. So that way we can start getting some additional stuff. Like I'm going to go through and be like, at the end of the month, when I pull that chunk of money out, do additional minimum payments to see what that looks like. Because we still also have the Cash App flywheel, so we'll be redirecting that around. We'll be playing with it, though. But I do think that in order to keep what's left of my check, because as we pay this debt down, I'm restricting what I'm getting in my actual direct deposit into my bank account. So in doing that, I'm putting myself in a position to where it's like, okay, so like now you're in a position to where that Robinhood card can run up as the daily driver. And it's not necessarily that my spending has changed. It's that I'm restricting the amount of money that I have available to pay for stuff purposefully. So as I'm moving larger amounts of money over into my primary account, I'm going to have to start using that primary income account for a little bit more of the responsibilities as we pay this debt off. And I think one of those things might be the minimum payments. I might do all the minimum payments out of there because they're getting auto paid anyway. Moving on, our Chase Slate paid off what was left on that. That's gone. Chase Sapphire, which is catching our utilities right now, still has a balance on it. We've got a little bit of money going towards that. And then over the month of November, we should be, by December, that process of part of my balances should be dealt with moving forward from December. Because I'm constantly in a state of waiting for money that's supposed to be hitting that account. Our Bank of America, another balance, we've got until July on that. We're still paying it down. Obviously, we're chipping at it. The most important thing, last month's, we're chipping at it. It's a balance. I'm hoping to not have to roll this one. We'll see. Because if I end up rolling some of that Discover, then we're just going to focus in and start paying this off, and this shouldn't have to be rolled. If I don't, then this might be in a situation where it has to be rolled. It just depends. Or if we don't roll this and we start getting those city check offers, we'll roll this. But at the end of the day, however that works, we'll be down to just this at that point because everything else should be paid up. The most important thing was like this month, we did move the needle forward a little bit, even though it was just a little bit. We were sitting at just above 25,000 last month. We're at the end of last month, or the previous month, it was at 2508. So at the end of this month, we actually succeeded in not increasing our debt load, with the exception of the loan that we took out for $35,000, which we used to buy a car and then add income. Now, that's not consumer debt, so it's not sitting at consumer debt numbers. The debt number's way lower, and that's why it's not listed here, because it is a medium priority debt at best, because the debt is it's 48 months and it has a payment plan on it. So like it gets paid every month regardless. Like I get an auto deduct from it, which helped bring down the APY a little bit, but it's a 48-month loan. So it's not one of those things where it's like, oh, I took this out for 89 million months. Like it's like, no, it's a 48-month. Or not 48 month. It's 24 months. It's 2 years. So you put your nose to the grindstone for 2 years, pay that back, and then it's gone. So like that also has an end date. And at least as it sits right now, until all my consumer debt's paid off, like that will just get auto deducted every month. And I'm not worrying about trying to pay it off early, because what we're looking at on this screen is all the stuff that I need to get out of my face right now. Like this is the problem. Like then we can look at that, because that'll be the next highest thing. And yeah, so that's where we're at. So we ended the month of October. We're at $24,941.85, which puts us at a little bit of a little baby inkling step forward. And we're going to take it. You got to take your wins where you can get them. So that's what I've got for Operation Debt Crusher, covering the month of October of 2025. I hope you guys got some value out of it. Tap in with me down in the comments. Let me know your thoughts, your opinions, how you're feeling about it. If you're having debt, if watching me fight the up and downhill battle with my debt is helping you. Like at this point, this isn't much of a fight for me, because if I sold my portfolio off, I would still have some income left over. It just wouldn't be what it is right now. And all of that debt would be gone. So I like it because it's a big number. I mean, $24,000 is a lot of money. $35,000 is a lot of money. Taking out that debt for 48 months is a lot of, or for 24 months is a lot of money. And, like watching how that's managed, watching it get whittled away at, talking about it consistently every month. Hopefully you guys see that this is possible. I'm not a big old degree, big brain guru, graduate of anything. And hopefully you're looking at this going, hey, if that guy can do it, you should be able to do this as well. It's just focusing in on your understanding of money, how money works, and being able to figure out and being willing to test things to better those situations. Because a lot of you guys out there, I'd say by and large, most of you out there are smarter than me. So there's no excuse. You can't be like, oh, well, you got to be smart to do that. Like, you got a piece of paper that says you're smart. Like, next excuse, like the dummy's doing it. So hopefully this is the kick in the rear, little bit of motivation for you, because I'm not sitting up here crying about the debt. I'm just paying it off. Like, I'm not asking anyone to pay it off for me. I'm just doing it. So hopefully that is showing you that this is doable if you just focus and make the necessary adjustments. Till next month, this has been another Debt Crusher, Operation Debt Crusher episode covering the month of October of 2025. It's your boy Reckless Ray Dinero, and we'll be back at it again with the numbers for November of 2025 at the beginning of next month. Till then, peace.
Money on my mind, yeah. Focus, got no time for games, nah. I don't play, man, I'm all about that financial literacy. Investing in my future, building generational wealth. Dollar bills, they be calling my name, but I ain't chasing fame, I'm chasing change. Learn the game, now I'm playing it smart. Putting my money to work, it's an art. I'm stacking paper, building my own empire. No more living check to check, I'm getting higher. Investing in stocks, real estate, and more. Gotta secure the bag, that's what I came for.